We are going to look at what makes a strong character. Now, you have already thought about the characters and put them into rankings based on what you thought was a strong character. What we are going to do now is we are going to take a look at 20 different characteristics that we are going to use to help us determine which of our characters is the strongest. When you are doing that, it would actually be helpful, and we'll talk about this later, to go down the list and put numbers by each of the characters to figure out who is stronger. So we are going to start with a good, strong character has a good personality. What that means is the character has a very distinct personality. Distinct meaning you can tell who they are. They are kind of specific. They stand out. Their personality makes them stand out above others. Number two, they are active. And what that means is they control their own destiny. They do things to make their problem better or worse rather than letting things happen to them. They don't sit around and let things happen. They go out and try and take control of their situation. Number three is motivations. The character has wants. They want to be something or do something or have something. Motivations are things on the inside. They want to be a doctor or they want to be the best soccer player. Those are motivations. Number four, your character has fear. Something scares the character or it makes them nervous. Number five and number six both have to do with conflict. Conflicts are struggles and problems that the characters encounter. Number five is internal conflict. And what that means is the characters' struggles come from inside their own head. They're creating their own problems. So you'll have a lot of thinking, the character thinking to themselves to create the problems. Number six is external conflict. That means from the outside. The character's struggles come from things outside of them. It might be a struggle with other people. It might be a struggle with nature. It might be a struggle with where they happen to be in life. But the problems for external conflict come from outside the character, where internal conflict are problems that come from inside the character. Number seven and number eight are both about connections. Number seven is connections we can make with other characters. So you can make a connection between the character we're talking about and other characters that you know in books or in movies. And number eight is connections that we have to ourselves. So you can make a connection between the character and yourself. Maybe you like the same thing as the character does, or you're motivated by the same thing. But connections to other characters is number seven, and connections to ourselves is number eight. Number nine is complexity. Your character is complex. It means they act differently in different situations. The character has many traits. Maybe in a situation with their friends, they act one way, and with their family, they act a different way. Or maybe they act one way at school and they act a different way at their grandma's house. So they have different traits. You can say they're a very selfish character because of this in one part of the story, and they're very kind and generous in this part of the story. That's what makes them complex. Number 10, they have strengths. They're good at things. Maybe they're good at solving problems, or they're a good soccer player, or a good football player, or a good dancer. They have strengths that help them in the story. Number 11 is the opposite of number 10. They have flaws. They have weaknesses, things they aren't good at. Maybe they're not good at solving problems, and that's what's got them in the situation to begin with. So number 10 and number 11 are opposites. Number 12, they have a unique voice. The characters say things a certain way, or maybe they have a common saying that they use over and over again. We've had a few of our stories where characters have a common saying that I don't even have to read it, and you know what they're going to say. you can finish the line. So that gives them a unique voice. If we closed our eyes and listened to a story, I could pick a random story and you would know which character it was that was saying those things. Number 13 is they have a unique look. You can easily picture what the character looks like. The author's done a very good job of describing them. It doesn't mean the book has illustrations. It means you can picture what they look like because of how the author has described them. And also, that look is unique. It sets them apart from the other characters. Number 14, the character has emotions. Now remember, emotions are feelings, and that is different from the complex one where they had many traits. They can have many emotions too, happy and sad and scared and nervous and angry. Those can all happen throughout the story. And a strong character has more emotions throughout the story. They don't just stay the same the entire story. Number 15, mysteries. Now, it's not like Encyclopedia Brown where he goes out and he solves mysteries and tries to figure things out. These are mysteries that surround the character. It's things we don't know or understand about the character from maybe the author has left some things out for us to figure out. Or maybe the character has mysteries to solve, but again, not like Encyclopedia Brown, more like they have mysteries within themselves that they have to figure out. Number 16, the character has secrets. They have things that other characters don't know about. Maybe they're hiding them from the characters. Number 17 and 18 are opposites. Number 17 is the character is unpredictable. They don't do the same things in every situation. They don't follow the predictable pattern in their behavior, in the way they talk. And number 18 is consistency. They do follow the predictable pattern of behavior. They do follow the predictable pattern as they act and do different things. So if you're making a list, you probably can't put number 17 and 18 down for the same character, since they are opposites. You may have one character that's more unpredictable, while the other character is more consistent. And our last two, number 19, is they have a history. And what that means is your character has a backstory. The author might flash back in the story and tell us things that actually happened before the beginning of the story to give us some information on why the character acts the way they do or what's going on in the character's mind. So that's called a backstory, when the author tells us some things from the character's past before the story started. And our last one, changes. Now we know from how our plot mountain goes, there's always going to be a change in the character. The stronger character has the greater change at the end of the story. So those are the 20 things that we are going to use to help us determine who is a stronger character. And again, I would suggest if we are having two characters in a matchup, you make a list side by side of the characters and go from 1 to 20 and just quickly think of who is stronger in that area and write that number down. And that will help you determine whoever is stronger is going to have more of those qualities. And that's how we're going to help us determine who is our stronger character.